A Kenmore man convicted of killing his half-sister will spend 15 years behind bars. Jamie Haggard went missing from the home she shared with her half-brother David Haggard in Kenmore back in 2016. 2 years later, her remains were found in a suitcase on the side of the road in Maltby.
The King County Sheriff's Office says when they first were investigating her disappearance, multiple people told detectives that Jamie had a volatile relationship with her brother David Haggard. Detectives say that Jamie even told her then boyfriend that she feared her half-brother was going to kill her. After multiple attempts to find her body at David's home, in May of 2018, her burnt remains were found in a suitcase off the shoulder of a road in Snohomish County. Officials say David Haggard is in jail for an unrelated arson charge and is now being charged with her murder.
The relationship between David Haggard and his half-sister Jamie Haggard had always been strained. They often had arguments that sometimes turned into physical altercations. Jamie, a mother of two, became uneasy when Haggard began to be more combative. During one fight, he punched her in the stomach as hard as he could and threatened her life. She went to her father's house and she told her family what had happened and that she didn't feel safe with Haggard. She decided to tell him to move out of the house they shared with another roommate. When she went back, the two got into another fight, and Haggard killed her. He then dismembered her and tried to set her body on fire before wrapping her in their roommate's sheets, stuffed her into a suitcase, and then abandoned the body. Jamie was reported missing, but her remains weren't discovered for another 2 years.
David, so detectives are going to join us here for a minute. So I went through my charts. You didn't pass your test today, okay? This is what my computer algorithms tell me, okay? What does this mean? It means probable deception indicated, meaning that there's indications that you've not been truthful with us, okay?
How do you read this thing?
How do you read it?
Yeah, I don't understand what these numbers mean.
Well, the only thing you really need to focus in on is this where it says probable deception indicated. That's the computer algorithm.
What's this line here?
That's just
where I want to read.
Yeah, I would expect to see you down over on this side if you're being truthful with me. Okay, in the middle is more of the
just totally fucking out here left field.
Yeah, so you didn't pass your test. So what that leads me to believe is that there's some information that you've not told us about that we need to try to get covered up here or get cleared up. All right. Obviously, the police are out here digging into this thing. We're doing everything we can to get your sister found. You haven't conclusively passed your test. That's a concern to us.
I was concerned in mine to begin with. So
okay.
Yeah.
Well, and why was it such a big concern to you?
So I told you I already felt guilty. I carry the guilt. It's dreaming that I'm guilty. Whatever happened to her is my fault and whatnot. So.
Okay. Well, these questions, that's specifically why I didn't ask you, are you responsible for her disappearance? Because you told me that you felt responsible for it. I didn't go that route. Okay.
Yeah, but you also said that this.
I asked very specific questions. Do you know where she's currently located? Have you lied to the police regarding her disappearance?
Right.
Haggard's results for his polygraph come as no surprise to the police. They're almost certain that he knows what happened to his sister.
Well, that's not what your body's telling us. Your body's telling us something completely different, okay? And so what we have to do is rely on what we're seeing here, what your body is providing to us. A mouth can say one thing, the body tells the truth, and that's the way that I would approach this. Right. So I feel very comfortably that there's more to the story. There's something that you're concerned about that you're not disclosing at this point. And we're here to try to get this thing resolved, obviously, okay? You're down here for a reason. There's been some suspicious things that have gone on, since her disappearance. I think that there's a lot more to it that you're holding back on at this point, but this isn't the time to do that. This is the time to deal with it. Let's get your sister back. Let's move forward with this investigation.
Let's bring her home, Despite what everybody in her social world thinks, it's her family that matters, including you, including your father, whatever his relationship with you or her are. You have a right to get their daughter back, whether her life was fucked up.
If you
her mother,
suspect foul play, I'd go to Scott. I don't know anything else. I told you guys that. I don't know anything.
like I said, if I was given a test about Jamie's disappearance, having no involvement whatsoever, I would completely pass the test.
You don't even know Jamie, so you would have passed. Just like the Green River Killer guy. He fucking didn't, they asked him the wrong questions or some shit. And he fucking, just because they didn't know any of the victims. That's why he passed his first test.
Don't believe what you see in the paper about the Green River.
I'm not going to fucking go through this with you guys. I didn't do anything to my sister. I haven't done anything to my sister. I don't know where she's at. If I did, I would tell you. Bottom line. My life is pretty fucked up, and that's why I didn't want to take this test to begin with. But other than that, I wouldn't hurt my sister. I wouldn't hurt her. Wouldn't hurt her or my fucking children. You can ask any of my family history. I got a lot of fucking family. You can ask them all about it.
Plenty of men tell me that they wouldn't hurt somebody, and they didn't. But they ended up being involved in disposing of a body.
I didn't dispose of no bodies either, sir. I'm not that way.
What were you doing burning all that stuff out in your yard for the last couple of weeks?
We've been burning freaking...
I'm not accusing you. Just tell me what it was. What were you burning?
The mulch and shit. There's all kinds of shit around the fucking property. We've been burning trash, all kinds of crap. There's all kinds of crap in that house. We've been me and Carly have been trying to get our leg up. So we're just trying to, Jason, we thought we were going to be gone. We thought Jason was going to be gone for a minute. So we're going to freaking try to get in with the owner. That was it.
Yeah. And what was reburied in the hole? Anything? Garbage? Anything?
There's garbage. There's all kinds of shit.
The police suspected Haggard of burying his sister on the property, and they dug up the yard on 2 separate occasions, but found nothing.
And that whole property he buried fucking, there's axles, there's all kinds of shit in that fucking property. He had a stupid ass pump, not pump, but a fucking pond that he was going to put in. It was dumb.
Yeah.
You know? Nobody wants a fucking pond. And it didn't just get buried or covered up in one night. It's fucking over a duration of time.
Okay.
A bunch of garbage burns in that hole. It's a bunch of wood. Yeah.
So if she's found, and if she's found fairly quickly, and she's deceased, the medical examiner will absolutely be able to tell us how she died. Still, whether it was an overdose or violence or whatever, whether she's found in your backyard or whether she's found buried out in Big Fin Hill Park or fucking in Lake Washington. If she's found quickly, we'll be able to say it. And I'll say it, man. Her lifestyle absolutely leads to the suspicion that she fucking OD'd and people freaked out and didn't know what to do. And yes, that can be family members. Yes, that can cause a failure of a polygraph or a non-passing of a polygraph rather. Yeah, I don't know I don't know her, but I know men in your position that have been under suspicion due to circumstances. And they've denied, and then, but in the end, fucking truth comes out, one way or the other. And
I haven't done anything, sir.
Let's just face the legal side of this thing. What's the crime of disposing of a woman that ODs?
I have no idea.
It's fucking gross misdemeanors.
I have no idea, sir.
So I'm telling you that because I don't want you or anybody else overly freaked out about an OD death and guys panicked and got rid of the body. Because it's a fucking gross misdemeanor at worst, if anybody even gets charged. So I just want to make sure that's clear. We're not investigating, some felony crime if in fact she just died through her lifestyle. OD'd, she's got a history of that clearly.
You guys keep saying she's dead. You guys know something that I don't know? Like, I don't even know that she's dead.
Well, we do know a lot of things about her behaviors and issues that lead us to believe that she's no longer with us. Fuck, I hope the hell she calls her mother right now. Says, Mom, I have been out. I've been in fucking rehab. Of course, that's not true either. She's well past the blackout periods of being rehab. So in my gut, I believe that she's dead, either by somebody else's hand or she fucking OD'd. And now it's a recovery. In fact, that's why we're all out at your house today. We're not convinced she's out there. We're sure as hell are going to check it. We're going to be checking it with heavy equipment. We're going to be doing it with the cadaver dogs. We're going to be covering that base today, 100%. And if she is found out there, somebody's got some explaining to do. And that explanation, if true that she OD'd, fucking better come out without a lot of pressure from the police. It ought to just come out so we can then believe it. Dave, for example, 6 months, let's say her fucking body is found 6 months from now, and the medical examiner can't determine her cause of death right away. They ultimately will, but, and then 6 months from now, you say, okay, well, fuck, back in July, I was scared to admit that she died of an OD. It's going to be very tough to prove it was an OD at that point. If she fucking died from some fucked up reason, or, you know, any other cause that happened around that home and somebody panicked and got rid of her, then fucking put it out there. Let's get her back home, let the medical examiner look at her.
I have nothing to do with any disappearance or anything that has happened to my sister. None.
Then you should have passed this polygraph.
I should have passed this.
Absolutely. And guilty knowledge, or excuse me, guilty feelings about lifestyles, it doesn't affect polygraph. It's a black and white issue.
No, it isn't. Bullshit.
Jason, hey, it is, man.
Bullshit.
We've been doing this for fucking years.
No,
Jason, what was a specific question?
You'd be able to bring it in the court of law if it was. No, it's not.
No,
I'm not even going to go through this, man. I have nothing to do with my sister. Nothing.
Haggard isn't wrong. Polygraph results are not admissible in court because they're not completely reliable. Right now on my Patreon page, you can watch the interrogation of a suspect who killed a man and then tried to run over a police officer while trying to escape. Watch him burst into tears during his interrogation, thinking it may help him get away with it. Watch this video and many more right now at patreon.com/Stranger Stories Plus.
To do with her disappearing whatsoever, man. I love her to death.
Where the fuck is she?
I don't know where she's at. I don't know where she's at. I don't know what the last 6 months of lifestyle she's taking on with all these brown people. I don't know the Mexicans that she's been hanging out with. I don't know any of that shit. The last 2 months, I fucking cut her off pretty much.
Is her purse at your house?
No.
Is her phone at your house?
No. No, the cops know that I'm on her voicemail because I had her phone when the cops, to call the cops on Jason, when they arrested Jason. The big officer who was there today, he even knows. He told my dad that. You know, he had her phone. I was walking around with her phone for like 2 hours. Mm-hmm. She had no voicemail, so I put one on there for me. I mean, on there for her.
What is at your house that belongs to her right now? All of her clothes and shit?
A lot of her stuff is in that carport. It's in the carport, and a few things throughout the house, I guess. I don't know whatever's in Jason's room.
I'm sorry, I'm going to communicate with my partners out of your house right now. Give me just a second. When was the last time, let's be very formal. I know you've been asked this question before, but I haven't heard it straight from you. When was the last time you physically saw her?
The morning that she came back. It was like Thursday, I guess. The 9th, 8th, 9th.
Mm-hmm. And did you then talk to her on the phone after that?
Yeah, I talked to her on the phone now.
It was July 9th. No, June. Yeah. And is that the same time frame that, what's his name? Was it Daly that's supposed to come back to your house from jail?
No, he was coming the next day or something.
And the understanding was, if I got it right, tell me if I'm wrong, she was supposed to go pick him up?
She was going to pick him up, yeah.
The day she was murdered, Jamie was supposed to pick up her boyfriend from jail. She never arrived or made contact.
And do you believe that ever happened?
No, he showed up. No, he showed up that morning.
How did he get there?
Somebody picked him up.
Did he say specifically who picked him up?
No.
Was he in a car or?
Yeah, he was in like a SUV type car. I guess.
Was he pissed that she didn't show up, or did he mention it? Or?
Yeah, he was just like, well, that's weird. He was, I thought she'd pick me up. And then he asked to borrow a bicycle, and I said I didn't have one for him to borrow. And I said, what about your ride? He goes, oh, they have to go to work or some shit. And then he didn't show, and then he took off, and we didn't hear from him at all for like 5 days, 6 days. He just showed up at my house asking where Jamie's at. And I told him, I thought she was with you. Just where, she's with him or with whoever else she does brown with. I don't even know any of those people. But he says, I've been stuck. No phone, no ride, no nothing.
Was it legit? Did you believe that she wasn't with him? Did he seem
No.
genuine?
No, I thought, no.
And where is he today?
I have no idea.
You know he's got a bunch of warrants out for him.
I'm sure he does. He's a visitor.
So where do you think he might be? Because fuck, I mean, I might as well just snag up everybody I can. We're doing this
I
today.
have no idea. He hangs out with J-Dog, and I have no idea, sir.
What do you mean with Scott?
I don't know.
Are they
I
tight?
have no idea. No. I really don't know.
So on the day she's missing, she has her own cell phone, right?
Yeah.
And you got your own individual cell phone, right?
Yeah.
So
I didn't have a phone.
today's, you don't have a phone at all?
I didn't have a phone at the time.
Why not?
I think my phone was broken or out of minutes or something. I mean, I had a phone, but it was just out of minutes or something.
So whether a phone's out of minutes or not, it communicates with the cell towers all around.
Right.
To give us GPS coordinates and where
Right.
One of the things that we're doing today is we served a search warrants on a variety of phone companies, including your phone, including Jamie's phone, including some other people's phones. And to me, I'm a tech guy, so this is just the reason I say this thing's going to be done today and solved today is because we're going to know where she's at today. We're going to know who took her there, and we're going to find her dead or alive. And it's all going to come from technology. Her phones are going to tell us exactly, her phone records are going to tell us exactly where she moved. But most importantly, we're going to compare her phone's movements with the movements of everybody else's phones. And it's not going to be too difficult to see the path plotted on a Google Earth map, which phones moved together between the 8th, 9th, and 10th of July.
Yeah.
Haggard used his sister's cell phone to send texts to family members for a period after he killed her. Because of this, it was easy for the police to trace the phone back to him.
Well, my phone probably was at the house the whole time.
Well,
So-
maybe that's the case. I guess
Sorry,
we'll
because
find
I
out
didn't have a
later.
phone. Yeah, it wasn't working, so I didn't carry it with me.
And then secondarily, the phone doesn't just talk to its cell tower in the area. The phone talks to whoever's a Wi-Fi connection, right? The router at your house, the router at your neighbor's house, maybe if it tries to connect, the router at Starbucks. So nowadays, law enforcement has the advantage of just fucking nailing down the position of phones way better than we did a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So those paths are going to tell us a lot about her and who was with her. And I don't have those records yet. I voted when we were having a meeting yesterday about this case, I voted to hold off on hitting your house with a search warrant until we have those records. But, resources are resources, and we needed to do it today.
That's fine.
We have the backhoe today, we're ready to do it. So, since I can only assume you're not being completely honest about things because of the polygraph that you did not pass, it's not personal, but I believe you're holding something back. I know you're holding something back. And these things are all going to come out later, no matter what you say today. If you're not being honest with us right now, you're putting yourself in a hole because I'm afraid later on you're going to have to backtrack and kind of say, well, okay, this is really the truth a month or two or a week or a year from now. And it's going to be unbelievable. If you're caught in a lie, you're caught in a lie. You can't backtrack from that later on.
I came home. When I got home, there was a fire outside the cider glass door. It was put out. It wasn't totally put out. It was smoke on it. I seen it.
The fire is another element that points to Haggard. He has a history of setting fires and was in jail for arson when they charged him with murder.
That raised suspicion to me. I didn't know what that was about. I've been thinking about that ever since this fucking investigation started taking off. What was it about? Other than that, I don't know anything else.
Why is that relevant? Why do you think that's relevant?
Because it was just you guys keep asking us about that backyard and about why we buried what we buried and burned there. It's just weird. I don't know. No, it just seemed like something I should say to you.
Well, most guys would have a standard burn pile, right?
Yeah,
You're
you're not going to burn next to the
you're
house.
burn it.
Yeah, you're not going to burn next to the house.
So you're saying this is something different?
Yeah, I just said it was weird. It was just weird. I was totally flabbergasted. It was in the hole that we had for the septic has been messed up there. So we had dug out a trench line. That's how that whole yard got tore up to begin with, because the septic was fucked up.
Septic or sewer?
Sewer.
Yeah.
Sewer was fucked up. Piping was fucked up. So we got Joe to come in with a little mini, and we had excavated a little line, and stuff, and fixed the piping and whatever. But there were still issues with the draining or something, and so they had a little hole. It was outside the window, the slider there. Mm-hmm. That was fucking, and then the pond was over there. So I don't know what he was doing. It was like me and Jason still, he had this pond dug, and then he's saying something about the septic was messed up or whatever. But when I got there, like I said, it was weird. Carly showed up right after me, and I even said something to her, like, this fucking, what's she burning right next to the house for? Just kind of pissed me off, Didn't think anything of it though.
Whose fire was it?
I thought it was Jamie's. I thought Jamie lit the fire.
What day was that?
That day. Yeah, the day.
The last time you saw her?
Yeah.
Did you confront her on it? Or did you not see her after that?
No, I didn't see her. She wasn't there. No, that's what I was pissed off about. The house was wide open. Fucking, here's this half fire, like I said, it wasn't a fire, but it was smoking, smoldering still.
Was that the only time the fire had been at that particular location?
Yeah. Yeah, why would there be one there? There's a plumbing issue. Just because somebody digs a hole doesn't mean you put a fire there, right. So, I don't know. I'm just trying to rack my head if anything else that I could be withholding from you, and that's the only thing that comes to mind.
Well, you didn't pass the test for some reason. You're the only one that knows that. And I guess I can't emphasize enough that this isn't going to end, obviously. This isn't going to go away.
I understand it's not going to go away, sir.
Until the time that she calls her mother, which at this point, I think we're done with that. We're in the recovery phase. The judge authorized a search warrant for a body and evidence of murder or death. So until it's proven differently, it's murder, right? If it proves that she fucking OD'd like so many women and young men have been ODing lately around Seattle, then so be it. Jesus, man. Last year we found 2 fucking people in suitcases because their friends panicked, didn't know what the fuck to do with bodies, and folded these chicks in both cases. Folded the chicks up in suitcases and dumped them. One in SeaTac or one in SeaTac, one in fucking Kent. It's like, Jesus Christ, just call us and say she fucking got too high and we fucking, you know what I'm saying? Just fucking deal with it. You don't sweep it under a rug. You don't sweep a loved one's body under the rug and pretend like she just fucking vanished, because we're going to prove whether she just vanished on her own or not. There's a certain point where people are going to understand that those with knowledge of Jamie's disappearance, it's sort of natural for them to deny it and freak out for a while. But after a certain point, it goes from a natural denial to a kind of an evil intent or trying to protect themselves because of allegations of crime. Well, if, for example, David, you tell me right now that, oh, fuck, I know where she's at. Did you go and recover her today? The things that we would be telling her family, most importantly her mother and father, would be that in the end, Dave helped solve this case. He was scared, he freaked out, but Dave helped solve the case. Compare that to 3 months from now when we find what's left of the remains, and the question remains in the air for mother and father. I mean, this is family dynamics here. They're going to fucking suspect you. And so it's almost like, get out in front of this fucking thing.
They fucking suspect me already. My dad does.
Well,
So
I don't know the dynamics there in that family. It sounds like you got some issues with your
I'm
father.
supposed to be any of the kids than he ever was.
Yeah.
So fuck him. I didn't do shit.
So whether there's respect there or not, they have a fucking right as parents.
Yeah, they
To
do.
know where the fuck their daughter
Yeah, they
is.
do. We all have a right. I'd like to know too.
Yeah, so David, this thing's just going to move forward no matter what.
I understand that, sir. I don't know anything.
You know something. You didn't pass your polygraph that every one of us in this room should have passed if we truly didn't know. Doesn't matter that you're related to it. Doesn't matter that you're guilty of bad lifestyle. Those questions were so specific. And that's why I love polygraph tests regarding cases like this, is because they're nothing but specific. Jason wants to ask me in a pre-employment polygraph whether I stole something when I was a kid. I don't really care if he asks me that, because I don't think that's going to be accurate and valid, in my opinion. And when he asked me, did I dispose of Jamie's body, I'm going to say no, and I'm going to pass that test.
No, he didn't want to take the polygraph the first time I came here because it was under meth. I mean, it's all kinds of dynamics in there. I'm telling you right now, I don't know where my sister is. If I did, I would tell you. I would tell you. If she OD'd in front of me, I would tell you. I don't know. I don't know.
Did you get into a fight with her on the last time you saw her?
The day before we were fighting.
Did it turn physical?
No, not any more than no.
Well, what does that mean?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it was physical at first, but I mean, I was just getting to the truth of the matter. I mean, I was just on top of her.
After the physical altercation, Jamie told multiple people that she feared Haggard was going to kill her.
But it was nothing. There was no fucking violence or anything. The cops came there.
I know that.
And the cops checked her out, and I was fucking cleared. I didn't do anything to her.
24 hours later, though.
24 hours later, she wasn't at home.
Right.
She was gone all night. She was gone all night.
I guess we'll find that out when we get the phone records today.
Yeah, well, you will. You'll find that out. She's gone all fucking night. She didn't come in until the next morning.
So a couple things are obviously going to be dealt with. And I'll just tell you our job. When I see your phone records and when I see her phone records, I suspect that I'm going to see some travel together. I think there's a good chance of that. I think it's going to prove that you're not telling the truth right by yourself, and then we're going to have to do this all over again. I'm a little late to this case to know why the fuck you're painting your truck and completely cleaning your truck out. When we have the Washington State Crime Lab out searching your truck in about an hour, believe me, I've had cases where people have hosed their truck out, scrubbed with, they've used stone masonry cleaner in their truck, and this crime lab still found blood. The guys don't get where they should have been cleaned. So all these things are happening today because we can't figure out what to do with you. So prove them right or prove them wrong. That's our job, isn't it? It's what you fucking pay us for. And by God, we're going to do it on this case. I don't care what her lifestyle is like. Nobody has a right to be fucking disposed of improperly or killed in a fight and then dumped up in fucking Eastern Monroe or wherever the fuck she's at. Remember, your phone doesn't have to make a phone call to be talking to the tablets, right?
I'm a lawyer. Or charge me or something. I haven't done anything wrong. You look at my phone records. You check my truck.
Is it going to clear you?
Yeah.
We're doing that too, Dave. Don't forget. Our job is to clear people. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We're certainly not going to wrangle into somebody in a
right.
crime.
Whatever.
What are you, a witness or a
Whatever.
suspect?
Suspects in your eyes.
Well, you're something in our eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You know you're not under arrest, right?
I haven't done anything to my sister.
Do you understand you're not under arrest?
I'm a lawyer.
Okay. Well, let's get out of here then. I hope you're right, Dave. I wasn't there. But in the end, if she's somewhere because she OD'd, I would assume that at this point you've got the message and you need to tell us. If she died under other circumstances, it'll come out. So we're going to take you back to the house. You can't go back to the inside the house until we're done. We're going to be there pretty much all day. Is there someplace else you'd like to go?
No, wait, can I get my wallet? Or
Yeah, Dave. Like I said, you're not under arrest. I know this is uncomfortable.
where's Scott at?
We got other
Where's this
teams
dude at?
doing other things. Listen, you've mentioned Scott a couple times, but you also just talked about a lawyer. Would you want to tell me the story about Scott?
No, I told you the story about Scott.
Well,
Scott needs to be checked.
you're suspicious of Scott.
Yeah,
Is there
really
a
big
particular
time.
reason?
Because he's like fucking admitted that he's done something to her.
Tell me that story again. Now that driving in the backseat of my car is a little difficult.
He said when Jason came home out of jail, he was with Scott. Scott picked him up. They went and did some brown together. Natasha is a girl that just got out of feds. She's in an Oxford house or something in Seattle, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere in Seattle. They had picked her up too, I guess. Jason says that it was him, Natasha, and Scott in his truck. And Jason said, what the fuck's going on in my house? Because Jason come home, he's like tripping out, like, what's all this stuff? Jamie's missing supposedly, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Scott says, shut up, dude. You're going to get me in trouble. Don't worry about it. She's not at your house. She's been taken care of.
He says this specifically
To Jason and Natasha.
Jason told you about that.
Yes. And he brought it up again yesterday.
And what was yesterday?
Yesterday he just said, dude, I think Scott did something with your sister, man.
Jason said that.
Yeah. He goes, honestly, I don't think you've done anything, Dave. I think I think Scott's done something with your sister, though. I know you're trying to be positive and optimistic, but I'm telling you, man.
Haggard is hoping to place the blame on Jamie's boyfriend, but an investigation determined he had no motive or opportunity to harm her.
I think Scott done something with your sister.
Have you spoken to Scott yourself face to face?
Not about it, no.
What's the story about rolling her sister up or something? You said that.
Well, yeah, that was when he first started coming back around. Like he said he was arrested. We checked that not to be true.
Yeah.
It's just like just weird shit. Like he started coming around like the day before Jason got out, and then talked.
Jamie's already gone, right?
Yeah, Jamie's been gone, and he starts talking like he says that he'd been in contact. That she called him, which we don't think is true. We're like, why would she call him? It just doesn't seem. It doesn't add up. But I know Jamie was definitely afraid of him when he fucking came in and got his cut, and he kept asking for his cut, and he kept asking for his boots.
Cut of cash or cut of
His leather, his biker, yeah. He had his cut there. He needed his cut. Brought up that it was valuable. She could have got money for it. Jamie could have got money for it, or whatever. Carly didn't think that was, what was up with that.
Did you get your shit back?
No, he stopped asking for it, and Jason said it's not there. It's in Jason's room, supposedly. I never seen it. I seen it one time when Jason was wearing it. But other than that, I never seen it. But Jamie came out of the room saying, he took his cut. They're coming, dude. The banditos are coming. And that's when I, was telling you guys in the car that I just was taking half of what she said with a grain of salt, and the rest of the half was just chalked up as bullshit. Jamie, it's not even fucking banditos. It's Hell's Angels, he claims. I didn't think anything of it.
Was he upset that she kept the cut in the room, or kept the cut for him?
No, he says that he never took the cut, or he wouldn't be asking about it. But he was asking about it. When he first started coming around, he started asking, hey, can I get my leather?
Mm-hmm.
And he calls it cut. Can I get my cut? And it's got to be in Jason's room. And I said, hey, dude, just got to wait for Jason to come out. We're trying to figure out what's going on with Jason. I go, we don't want to fuck off his shit. It's his room, let's leave it alone until he came back. Jason got out. He came. He asked for it, like I said, one more time. And the last few times he's been over, I haven't heard a goddamn thing about it. And that's what we brought up yesterday. It was like, why doesn't he ask him for his cut anymore? Jason's like, right? You know, I don't know.
So what about this comment he made about rolling somebody up or whatever?
He just said that, he said, you know, I thought you meant like get out the carpet. I was like, no, I'd roll you up before I roll any of my, you know, that's my little sister, dude. What are you talking about?
He's like just kind of implying that maybe you
Yeah,
did
like,
something to your sister?
What's that?
He's implying
like I wanted something to be done with my sister, is what I took it as. You know? He was like, yeah, he was like implying like, well, I thought you were kind of serious, dog, you know? And like, yeah, I mean, before, a few days, 3 or 4 days before any of this shit had happened, Jason and Jamie were in a fight, an argument. Jason was like, I can't handle this dog, you know, I can't, she's got to go. And I'm saying, well, I get her out, you know, and Scott's saying, I think it's only right that the, you know, family member takes care of it, or I'll take care of it, you know. And I mean, just these things, if I reflect back on our conversation, doesn't mean much at the time, because we're just, everybody's hyped, you know, amped up. Mm-hmm. But I think about it then, you know, like, what the hell were you talking about, dude? You know, like, the whole time the guy was talking like, you know, getting rid of her. And Jason says, he swears to God that he has a hatred towards women, you know, and he fucking just, the guy doesn't have very much longer to live. And he just,
why do you think that?
It's supposed to be medical issues. He's got some really bad medical issues.
He's telling you that?
Yeah, he's told that. Yeah, he's telling people that.
You don't know if it's true though?
Don't know anything, you know. Just know he has a bad brown problem.
And this is the dude, I showed you a picture of him.
Yep. And he's the dude that was supposed to be, was locked up from like that night. That night, he came over that night, got $60 from me, and it's supposed to got arrested.
That night meaning what?
The night that Jamie was no longer around.
He
disappeared. The 9th or whatever, yeah. The day Jason went to jail. The same day Jason went to jail, he supposedly went to jail.
According to himself.
For domestic violence, yeah. Against his ex.
He was a brothel?
Redmond, I guess.
I'm sorry. Does he have a wife and a boy? I saw some pictures on Facebook.
Yeah, he has a son and his ex-wife.
Was he sleeping with Jamie at any point?
Not that we know of.
Who's been sleeping with Jamie?
Jamie wasn't seeing anyone at the time, but Haggard is more than happy to allow the detectives to believe that there might be more potential suspects.
Don't know.
Hate to ask a question, but I gotta ask a question.
Don't know. Supposedly she wasn't even sleeping with Jason.
Have they been dating?
Yeah, supposedly they've been dating and she had me give him a reaction or whatever. That was one of the things we fought about that day. The cops all came. Yeah, I suppose we had her tied up and shit because she was claiming that Jason came in, you know, that Jason took it from her that night. You know, she was just, I mean, I couldn't believe half the words that she was saying. You know, so I didn't take it. You know, all I know is that Jason was playing games and Jamie, all this brown is all tends to brown. What I take chalk it up as. These guys are fucking, they don't care about anything but themselves. And it's all just this brown, you know, bullshit. Jason said he was going to quit work and he was going to come home. We're going to deal with this. Because I was telling my girlfriend, you know, he's fucking playing games, babe. I don't know who to believe. You know, Jamie, I tend to believe my sister because in the heat of the moment, when I fucking look her in the eye and I fucking drill her, you know, tell me fucking what's going on here, James. I can trust and believe that my sister's telling me the truth. She points to him. Jason. It's all Jason. Mm-hmm. So that's fucking, you know, and I confronted Jason and he was going to come home and deal with it. But then you know, Jamie flipped the whole script around. And instead of me being pissed off at Jason and was going to deal with Jason, she claims she's going to take a bunch of pills. You know, and that's when the whole picture came out. You know, I had her in the.
And then Jason's popped the night of the 9th or the day of the 9th. Is that right?
No, Jason was popped that night. He comes home that night. Yeah, because the cops come, and at this time I'm dealing with my sister. She's in the bathtub. The whole time I'm thinking that she's taking a bunch of pills, and I don't know what pills she takes, but I know she gets some gnarly fucking stuff. So I'm not sure, you know, I went from rage to empathy here, and I'm an addict, so of course they didn't call the cops. I should have called the cops, but I didn't. I get her to fucking throw up, or I'm threatening to stick I didn't want to stick my finger down her because my little sister should bite my finger off, so she's mad at me, you know, and I'm thinking. I get a spatula. She said, no, I'll throw up. You know, I was going to stick a wooden handle or something down there, and she said, no, I'll throw up. So she's acting like she's throwing up. I take her to the fucking shower. I get her in the shower. I'm on the phone with Carly. dealing with her, going back and forth. I'm on the phone with Carly, and King County sheriffs are walking up, and I say, the fucking sheriffs are walking up. And at this time, it's, and I'm talking to Carly, and then they're walking up, and so I go back to the bathroom, and at this time, the bathroom door is not open anymore. It's partially shut, a little bit, and like I said, I'm thinking back on it, and I'm tripping on it because of just how the layout was. I didn't think about much of it at the time, but I opened up the door, and here's this girl that was supposed to be took a bunch of pills, was laying in there, fully clothed. At one point, the tub was filling up, and I realized that the little stopper that stops the water was up, and I put it down, and I slapped her on her arm and said, "Not on my watch, James. You better stay with me. What the fuck is To deal with that, to going in here to tell her that the sheriffs are here, this girl is like fully undressed in a towel, getting out of the shower like she just was taking a shower.
Healthy.
Like taking a shower. Yeah, kind of like a little bit maybe groggy, or still playing a part. But I'm like, the fucking cops are here. I was tripping on it, and tripping on her. And she's like, well, just go in your room and pretend you're sleeping. I'll tell them I was in the shower. And I said, at that point, no, I'll fucking do it. I have no wants. I have no wants or warrants. I'm going to fucking see what the fuck's going on.
How did Jason get arrested?
So when they came in, they asked me, do we step outside, sir? Put your hands up. We got a call that there's a woman being held against her will here, tied up. I said, they said, we got an anonymous call that an anonymous person received a text message. The only one I sent the text message to was Jason. And I fucking said, that's fucking Jason. It backs up my theory that they're playing fucking games here. He's playing games. He's a manipulator here. They talk to Jamie. They come back out. That's when the one cop says, "Look, dude, are you a doctor? You going to med school? No. Next time your sister takes a bunch of pills, call 911. What they said to me, and I understood that. I mean, I'm an addict, but I fucking, I get it. I get the fucking rights and wrongs, and didn't want to fucking get my sister in trouble or anything, and I didn't want to get. I mean, it's just fucking
Nobody gets in trouble for no need around.
That's what it's just. And I told the cop, I understand. Yeah, I would call. I mean, naturally, if she was, in a fucking, if it was life or death, I really felt it was like life or death. I would call the cops, but I didn't. I felt like we had it under control at the time. Apparently, she's fucking coming out of the shower like she just took a shower, so it seems like she's under control. They said, "Who's Jason?" And I said, "Jason," and I knew he had a felony warrant. So I'm looking like an asshole, and they're like, "Come on, man, you live here? You say you live here? You don't know your roommate's last name, I just look like an asshole." And I'm like, "He's naughty." They're like, "Yeah, you're protecting him because he has a felony warrant?" I'm like, whatever, They're like...
Haggard has gone off on a tangent and is more expressive than he has been previously. He is leading the detectives further and further away from the matter at hand, hoping that will distract them from asking more uncomfortable questions.
This is how it's going to go down. We're going to be waiting for Jason. We know he's going to be coming home. We suggest that you find something else to do. If he comes to this door and you get in a physical altercation with him, you will go to jail. We're telling you that right now.
Yeah.
Because we've been out here already, and you know the situation's going on. If he comes home and you get in a physical confrontation with him, you will go to jail. Your best bet is to leave here. We can't tell you to leave your house, but we suggest that you leave here and call us when he comes here, and we'll get him. And that's what happened.
Okay, so they bought him at the house later then.
Yeah.
Jamie's still alive and well.
Yeah, and she took off in his car.
And so he's been out of the pictures from till the 25th or something? He was in for like 20 days or less than that, 15
Less
days.
than that, yeah, something like that. Yeah. Yep, and then Scott was like missing in action like the whole time. It was really weird. It's fucking really weird how we reflect back on things and you just try to put pieces together and you're just like...
Okay, so let's talk about that hole for a second. So he fucking digs a hole to fix the sewer, has some story about making a water feature to the land owner, the lady who owns the place. Even snapped some fucking pictures.
Yeah.
So we know there's a hole there.
Yeah.
Now, of course, the place looks really nice. Who filled in the hole? I know you've been through this before with Detective Bartlett.
Me and Carly, pretty much. Yeah.
So I do a shitload of landscaping, kind of side job. And
Yeah.
You know, I saw the fucking pictures of the hole, where there was a hole. That's a shitload of dirt to have to put back.
It wasn't really.
Compact it correctly and all.
No, it wasn't good. No, it's done correctly.
Looks pretty flat. How was it done? How physically was it done?
A shovel and rakes.
How long did it take?
The whole time. It got done the day. I think it got done the day Jason got out. Was
A little
finally
bit at a
done.
time or one?
A little bit at a time.
And what did you put in a hole specifically?
Brush and trash.
Brush, things will decompose. Or trash like fucking metal objects.
No, there's trash in there. There's a big ass TV that got busted up in there.
TV.
Yeah, big
Old school
giant one of those
TV?
old school fuckers. Yeah.
What made you want to throw in the hole, not Jason?
Because-
What was the hurry to bury it back in?
There wasn't a hurry. There wasn't a hurry. It was just that I thought the pond was stupid from the beginning, and Hope wanted to. From our understanding, Jason had that place for the next 3 years to work on it, and we had already done helped him with the plumbing. We've already helped him with a lot of stuff, and I figured, why. Me and Carly figured, why let this house go? Why let somebody else get it when we could do the work? I just did remodel for my boss. That was just that. So it wasn't like anything new,
Mm-hmm. So the only thing that you put in the hole were some household garbage, fucking TV, anything else?
No, they're just just wood debris. There's all kinds of wood debris and shit.
Yeah.
It's not compacted. I mean, if you go to dig it up, there'd be holes all over it.
And is that primary hole right above the sewer line or off to the side? Or
No, it's off to the side.
East side or west side?
Maybe the east side, I guess. But if you're looking out the back door, it'd be off to that side where the pond was at.
And east of the sewer line?
Yeah. Sewer line's right there, real close.
Yeah. So the sewer line got fixed, right? You guys did that business,
Yeah, it's got half-ass fixed.
but fixed.
Yeah.
And the primary burn pile for the backyard is what, in that circular? There's a little circular thing?
Yeah, that's what we made. Yeah, they had the burn pile was on top of that slab or something, I guess.
Okay, and then this other burn pile that you talked about, or the other burn site that you talked about right out front of the...
It was right outside the fucking slider, dude. It was right next to the house. Like, what retard?
How much here are we talking?
What retard fucking puts? It's just a bunch of wood debris.
Just right there, like within,
Like right fucking there. Yeah, it's stupid.
like dangerous, stupid?
Yeah, like the house could catch on fucking fire. Yeah, like that didn't make no sense at all.
Why would Jamie do that? Has she ever started a fire?
That's exactly what my question was. That's what I was bitching about. Like, why the fuck would, at this time we're not even
Does she
thinking
do
anything
work?
about.
Does Jamie do work? You know what I'm saying? Would she even be
Does
out
Jamie
there?
do work? Yeah, Jamie was a nurse.
Or does she go and fucking clean the house, clean up debris?
Well, she's
Or is she lazy?
she's
Or-
kind of lazy. Like all her characteristics over the last 6 months have been really not Jamie. So, I can't believe that she'd be calling me for everything under the sun and then be over at my dad's telling him that I'm.
Jamie had injuries, and Haggard had a history of striking her, which was why her family found her story easy to believe.
I'm beating on her.
Well, she
I
did. I
can't.
don't know why she did.
I know. I can't fucking wrap my head around it. My girlfriend can't wrap her head around it. I mean,
Did Carly and Jamie get along?
somewhat, for the most part. I mean, they do. I mean, I guess a week before fucking this all went down, I guess Jason had hurt her or something. And Jamie, I guess Carly took some pictures for Jamie, her phone.
Okay.
Pictures of her, bruised back or something.
Because of what Jason did to her?
Yeah.
Why's Jason doing that? Jason looks like kind of fucking up-toast kind of a...
Jason is,
Am I wrong?
no, Jason has a rap sheet of beating the shit out of women. It was really, really bad.
And her and Jason were together briefly?
Yeah, somewhat. I thought they were together, but supposedly they weren't together, and she's with this other dude, Chris, and supposedly she's with this dude, fucking Puppy. I don't fucking know.
Okay, so to be crude about it, who do you think she was sleeping with in the last 2 months?
I think she was sleeping with Jason,
At the house.
to be honest, yeah.
Because she loves him, or some fucking dope benefit, or
Yeah,
something
it's a
else?
dope benefit, the house benefit,
Yeah.
benefit.
Just a place to live, a place to crash. And that's the, was she paying rent? She gets a lot of pills from the pharmacy, supposedly legitimately. Is she selling those out to pay, to just have spending money?
Mm-hmm.
Did she end up getting her supply? And
So I don't really know anymore, sir. And I think
oh, no, we're not the dope cops. Hey, she's
it's-
fine. If she calls her mother 10 minutes from now, we pack up our shit and go home. Nobody's going to be investigating anything other than whether she's fucking alive or dead. So I don't give a shit if she's selling her pills. It clearly is relevant if she's been murdered or is missing. So do you know if she ended up even getting her pill supply for June?
I don't know either.
Do you have any pills that belong to her in the
No.
house? Is there a stash of, was it Vicodin? Is that what she gets?
She gets Vicodin, morphine, all kind of shit.
Why? What the fuck more?
I
How'd
have
she get
no
more?
idea. I have no idea. I have no idea, sir. And I just found out that she was on fucking psych meds too. Just got a prescription too.
So in your personal space in the house, is there going to be any of that type of medication? I'm not talking about like one pill that you might have picked up here or there.
In my personal stuff?
Yeah.
No.
Or
No, I don't fuck with pills.
Carly. I don't know who Carly is at
No.
all. Is she
Charlie doesn't
pill
fuck
popper?
with pills. No. No. Carly just had a friend that just died off fucking brown.
Yeah.
They fucking really just frown against it.
And what about Jason? Is he one of those
Jason's
get the pills
is
or get the
brown.
pills?
Oh yeah.
But that's not your thing?
No, we don't do pills.
Okay. So will there be any pills in your personal space at the house?
No.
How about brown?
No.
A lot of guys don't want to admit the brown. I get it.
No. There should be any.
So you've admitted the mess. So to me, it's like, what the fuck's it?
Yeah, no, right? Exactly. But no, I mean, I've done brown. I think I told Jason here that I fucking did brown one time. I don't know. It fucking sounds stupid coming out of my mouth, but you gotta have a certain respect for drugs, I guess, you know, and you gotta know. You gotta choose your poison, I guess. In other words, you know, you gotta choose your poison. And I fucking, when I was going through the divorce, when I was in the separation with my wife and stuff, I, you know, was using fucking meth and heroin like I've been doing it for years. And I think it was because I wanted to fucking, you know, wanted to go away or something. I felt like, I don't know, but I was fucking doing like 50, 60 whaps. Just shooting it up like I was a rock star, and it lasted for about 5 weeks, and I knew that I got kids that wanted me around, and I didn't want to go that way, so I detoxed. Took like 2 weeks, fucking just pain and torture, you know. It's fucking horrible, you know, and I was trying to relate that to Jamie, you know, it's fucking not good. Brown is not good. It sucks you in. Meth sucks you in. It's bad too, but I don't know.
So what I hope to do is when we get your phone records, and we'll do our business with the records that we need to do, there'll come a time when I'm probably going to want to sit back down with you and go over the phone records with you, no matter how they look, whether they're damning looking or just fucking typical phone records a guy would have when he's in his house. So I don't want us to fucking end here as fucking enemies. I mean, it's your sister. We're going to work for you is the way I look at it, until we determine that, you know, we're going against some person who killed her. Or if she fucking died on her own, so be it. But until that's proven, we're all in the same boat. But if you put yourself in our position, you see exactly what we have to do. You have to clear the people around her from suspicion. And you're unfortunately very difficult to clear. Some people are easy. We've already cleared a few people just based on, fuck, they were in jail. I mean, like him or not, Nolte's easy to clear, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so that's a done deal. Even though he looks like a fucking suspect, you know, and I don't know for a lot of other reasons.
Yeah, no, he tried to say his parole officer says he's a suspect, but I just don't see.
Well, it's the physics.
But I mean, it's just, you know, like Jason keeps saying, it's almost like Scott thinks like he wanted him to do something, or I wanted him to do something.
Well, would
It's almost fucking scary.
Would Scott have taken it on his own to be like, hey, dude, I took care of your problem
He
for you?
fucking might as well have, or might have, you know. I mean, that's what fucking Jason was. Now I'm thinking about our conversation which me and Jason had yesterday, and he's convinced that fucking Scott did something with her. I'm trying to be fucking more of the positive, you know, the little positive, you know. Fucking my sister's gonna call her mom up any fucking minute, you know. I want her to fucking be gone. Be her.
I do too, but we all hope that she doesn't. But you got to be realistic, and it's time to be realistic on this thing. It's been well over a month, and young women. Well,
Scott's been somewhere. He's been doing shit, and he hasn't been accounted for. And so is Chris Daly, hasn't been accounted for.
is Scott's phone number in your phone?
Yeah.
Under what name?
Scott.
Just plain old Scott.
Yeah.
Is he only Scott in your phone?
Yeah, I think so.
Is your phone with you, or is it back? At the house?
No, it's at the house. Or no, you guys got my phone. You guys got my phone. She's had my phone since the day I came here.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah. Can I get that back to you? Oh, wait, she's going to copy it.
Yeah, she can get it back to you. Yeah. But that was the deal, right? You were going to copy it.
Yeah.
Get it back to you.
Yeah.
We're talking about that tonight. Put Scott's number in there. Have you ever confronted Scott face to face? What the
No.
fuck? Did you do something to my fucking sister?
No.
Do you feel comfortable doing that?
I fucking,
If I put you on a wire, would you get on the phone with him?
no offense, I'm going to fucking jam him up when I see him.
Well, if I put a wire on you and
Haggard attempts to come across as a protective older brother, but the detectives have spoken to enough witnesses to know that isn't the case.
put you two together in a fucking restaurant or a bar,
Yeah. I'm going to be jamming him up. Fuck yeah, I will.
you're willing to go to that sort of
Oh,
length
fuck
to
yeah.
find out where your
Oh,
sister
fucking
is?
A. Oh, fucking A. You know, and then Jason keeps saying that Scott keeps asking him, let's go fishing. And Jason doesn't understand why he keeps asking him that, because Jason doesn't fucking fish.
Where does Scott fish?
You don't know, but he made references to taking somebody down the river road. He hasn't gone down the river road in a long time or some shit, you know? And just fucking, how stupid.
By River Road, do you think he's talking about Snohomish River Road, or?
I have no idea. He says, I haven't gone down the river road in a long time. I don't know. Half the shit I heard this guy say, I thought was bullshit. And now fucking I'm thinking that fucking probably been stupid the whole fucking time.
Your sister sell Scott pills, you know?
They did brown together. I don't know if that she sold them pills. I know of Danny Craig, she sold pills too. And I think Joe Lewis's his son's grandma, Lisa Tom's tree service. I think she sold pills to Tom. Other than that, I don't know who she sold pills to.
Let me read this message real quick.
Where's Jacob at? Your girlfriend.
talking to detectives somewhere else.
Okay,
So, we are not the dope detectives. I think we've made that pretty damn clear, right?
Yeah.
It's my understanding that Jamie did leave some pills behind. Is that correct?
There were some pills there. But I mean,
Did you sell a couple of them? I don't care to who. I'm not looking at.
yeah, we did sell some pills. But I mean, yeah.
What type were they?
Maybe they're per 30s or something.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Did you sell anything else at Jamie's?
No. There were some other pills that we found that was in her possession of her to sell, but we didn't. They're there still.
Where specifically were the pills that she left behind?
They're in the carport, I believe now.
Oh, the pills. Oh, there's still some.
They're in a fucking. They're not in her name though. They're in a dog's name. Like dog container, pill containers.
Like somebody just put them in there.
Like she put them in there, yeah.
Are those part of the prescriptions that she gets herself?
I have no idea. I knew the only thing I knew she got was Vicodin. But I know that she's progressed through. Supposedly she's getting morphine and Valium or something, you know.
So why did you
Morphine and
feel comfortable selling her pills?
I don't know. I just figured that's what she would done to us. I don't know.
It's kind of a lifestyle issue going on right now.
It's figured fucking she would sell on us. I mean, yeah.
How much did you get, you think, total?
I don't remember.
Something significant, $300?
No, $100. $200, I think.
Okay, so a couple $100.
Yeah.
Pills are gone.
Yeah.
Except for some that might be left.
Well, there's some other kind of pills too that we didn't think about later on, but we were trying to sell.
Do you know what they were? Or are?
They're in the mix with those dog pills.
Okay, I think we asked you before. Is her purse at the house?
I don't know.
You said no before.
Well, no, yeah, I don't know. So, honest to God truth is I don't know. I haven't seen it there.
Right.
Her purse or her phone was not there. We haven't seen it around. We've cleaned up the house, the property. I mean, we haven't seen it around. Either one of those.
Okay.
The pill thing is like I said, the other pills, they're all in a dog's name. Like one of the people that lived there before had a dog, and they're James pills, I guess.
Are there something that people would want to buy?
Yeah, I guess so.
Whatever they are.
Yeah. And like I said, it has been outside our mind. Actually, I forgot about those because we don't really deal with those. We don't. I just know somebody down the street that actually his new girlfriend is a big popper, so it just kind of came into, just kind of rolled into. Yeah,
So an opportunity rolled up and you just took the opportunity.
Yeah, that's it.
I understand that. Where specifically were the pills that you sold?
In the kitchen.
She would just leave the fucking shit out like that? I'm guessing that house is full of people that don't trust each other in a sense. So why the fuck would you leave them all out in the kitchen?
It's pretty stupid, but I don't know if we don't totally not trust each other or if we, I mean, I don't know if that's the right word to use. It's not like we don't really trust each other, but it's not like we trust each other. I don't know.
I'm going to guess you guys don't trust each other because you're fucking in the lifestyle.
It's fucked up.
The closest family members fucking rip off each other, even though they love each other.
I
It
mean,
happens all the time. When there's fucking pills and dope involved, that's more normal than not. I guess one option to, if I gotta think of the fucking bad side here, is that you sell or allow her pills to be sold because you know goddamn well she's not coming back. I.e., she's already gone. So it keeps coming back. How can we clear you from suspicion? I think your phone records will go quite a ways to do go one way or the other. And either
one of those things got to break to clear me. So I haven't done anything, and I fucking will repeat myself that I haven't done anything.
Here's what I think happened to her. I mean, it's really only two scenarios. She either OD'd somewhere, most likely the house. Somebody freaked out and fucking had to get rid of her. Or somebody probably beat the fuck out of her and killed her. I doubt she was stabbed or shot. I'm going to guess that she was probably fucking thumped, pummeled to death, massive head wound. And then obviously somebody had to get rid of her. Whether that happened to your house or not, I don't know. But the crime lab's going to figure that one out.
Yeah.
In the end, David, you're not passing the polygraph. The simplest polygraph we could design for a man like you in your position. One that you absolutely should pass if you. Just can you read those specific questions?
Poly, I don't care about. I don't want a lawyer. I don't want to talk about poly anymore.
Okay, let's do
I don't
it.
care about
Not
that.
custody. If you want to be done, we can be
Yeah, I
done.
don't want to be done. I'll help you talk to Scott.
Okay, because we still need to team up on this. We're going to find your sister.
Right. Yeah.
I want to be fucking enemies with you.
Yeah. Well, I'm not the guy.
But you got to know where I'm
I'm not
thinking.
the
You
fucking
got to
guy.
know all the thoughts in my head. You
Yeah,
got to
I'm
know
not the
every
guy.
step that I'm thinking.
Yeah.
You got to know every scenario that we're going to consider and rule in and rule out. And this is uncomfortable as fuck for you, I'm sure. You don't have to like us or whatever, but we're going to do it together. And the step of the polygraph was so fucking important to us that that's why we kept wanting to do it with you. So let me end this with kind of a overall reaching statement. David, is there anything that you haven't told us yet that you think is significant in this case? That
Not
you
that I
know
can
damn well is significant
Not that I
that you've
can-
chosen to keep to
Not
yourself.
that I can think of. No, except for fucking, where's Scott and where's Chris? The whole time I'm fucking,
You're talking to Chris Daly?
yeah. You know, like
Are
this
they,
guy.
are they pals? What's their story?
No, I don't think so. I don't know, though. You know, I mean, they both deep brown. I don't know who's friends in that social. They do know the same people, though. You know, they know this J-Dog dude. I don't even know who he is.
Where in Redmond is Scott?
He just
Wait,
moved. He just moved to a gated facility, I guess. You know, one of those facilities that you gotta
Like you gotta have money?
intercom
Like
to
you
get
gotta have
up.
money to live in? Or?
Yeah, he got an inheritance. He's got some kind of trust, and supposedly that's how his wife is involved, his ex-wife. Like he's beat the shit out of her or whatever. You know, they're no longer together. They divorced, from my understanding. But before they got divorced, he got an inheritance, and somehow they ruled her as the power, the
Executor?
basically, yeah, of all his findings or his money or something. So she gives him an allowance or something.
Oh, that sort of scenario.
Yeah.
Even though she's his wife?
Yeah, she's his ex-wife now. Yeah. But so they live together because she has power over all of it. And
So they're still living together, just not as man and wife?
yeah.
In South Redmond somewhere?
Yeah.
Like out the avenue? Or
I have no idea. Jason knows.
is she on the Brown too?
No, not that I know of. As far as I know, is that she was a church-going girl that he met years ago and he made her his wife. She didn't do much of anything.
But you don't know for a fact whether Jamie was sleeping with him?
Nope.
Would it be surprising if she was? Did he want to?
Yeah.
And she's good. I've always seen
It would be
pictures of her.
surprising for my sister. It's a lot of people that my sister has gone for lately has been a big surprise. So I guess no, it wouldn't be a surprise. It would be a surprise, but it wouldn't be. I don't see her, but
So you don't know for
she
a fact?
manipulated, Scott. I mean, she broke down. She manipulated one of my buddies and got a vehicle from him, and broke down out in Carnation or some shit. And we called Scott to go help her out,
Mhm.
and then Scott went MIA. So we're still trying to think of if he actually hooked up with her that night. We don't know. Jason's convinced that that's the reason why he wasn't answering, because he was with her. You know, he claims that she wasn't because they just left my buddy's car on the side of the road on the opposite side of the traffic. So so a cop would drive by and go, "What the fuck's that?" Turn it right there, you know, and then you get it impounded, you know.
Did it get impounded?
Yeah.
Ultimately?
Yeah.
With the conversation shifted away from his polygraph results, Haggard completely forgets that he wanted to stop the interrogation and speak with a lawyer. I just wanted to let you know real quick that my merch shop, StrangerLabel.com, has a ton of quality and unique designs that you can purchase right now. And by doing so, support the channel at the same time. Items like the Architect and the Interrogator hoodies, the Mentally Checked Out and the Stranger t-shirts, the Do Not Cross mug, and the All-Seeing beanie are all there and available. Check out these and other items I have to offer on StrangerLabel.com, and don't forget to use code STRANGER15 to get an extra 15% off your entire order. And with that out of the way, let's get back to the case.
So what's the time frame of that incident?
That was like months before, I guess.
Months before.
Couple months before.
Before she was missing?
Yeah. Yeah, that was when she first just met Jason.
Is there a place you want to go today? Because it's going to be
I'd like to get my wallet and
I'm in a fucking restaurant or something. I mean,
Right,
sometimes we just
right.
have to go to a movie or something for a fucking couple hours.
I'll figure out something.
Okay, I think we can manage to get the wallet. So again, you can't leave it. You can't leave this with something that we're going to find the answer to and then prove they're lying about. Even small aspects at this point, right?
That's why I told you about the little fire. That's why, yeah.
So before we get, is there anything else that you know damn well we're going to figure out that you might as well talk about right now regarding your sister's behavior, somebody else's behavior, your behavior?
No.
Okay. Hey, man, everything you say, I want to take at face value. I had a
Right.
very difficult time, though, I guess, because of the polygraph. You don't want to talk about that anymore. I understand. But I actually came in here having every faith that you were going to have a past polygraph and we move on.
You got me thinking I would pass you. I knew it, though. Story of my life.
Why? So my partner just texted me this picture of a note that you left on the garage for your girlfriend. It's a suicide note in my reading of it.
You said I don't want to talk anymore.
Okay, but here's my own question. I don't need to dig into your emotional head. I know the cops talked to you about that the other day. The patrol cops went up and talked to you about being suicidal, and they did not do a involuntary.
There was nothing. Yeah.
Exactly. So I guess my only question was that note written. When was that note posted? Like fucking this morning, right before we showed up?
No, that was during that time.
Okay, so that note's a few days old at least.
Yeah.
So there's nothing
I
new.
forget about it. Yeah.
Okay. Do you still feel that way right now?
No.
Feel suicidal?
No.
Okay. Things I'm required to ask. We'll see the note today. We didn't see the note before, obviously. Does Carly think you had something to do with Jamie's disappearance?
No.
Okay. Because in the note, it almost looks like you're convincing her that you didn't have anything to do with it. You
No, I
want
just
her to
saying
believe
that I
that.
fucking didn't do anything.
So yeah, I just wondered, does she doubt you?
No, she doesn't doubt me.
Okay. I gotta go to the bathroom. And then we'll get going, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Leave it with Chris here for a second. You guys can chit chat.
Haggard's girlfriend told the police that she believed a text message that she received from Jamie's phone was sent by Haggard. In a surprising decision, David Haggard was convicted of second-degree murder and sentenced to only 15 years in prison. He still claims to be innocent. Thank you for watching. Check out my Patreon link in the description below and drop a like on this video. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. I'm always curious to read what you thought of the case.